Your court television news starting now.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a Merry Christmas edition of the NJ Courts TV news station. I am your host, Santa Courts in the house. Took me a minute to try to think of something funny, but I think that works. Yes, Santa Courts up in this hizzle. But no, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to what should be a very informative afternoon of broadcasting. As you saw in the thumbnail, we've got about 5, and I was even missing one individual, which is the Nick Rekieta case. Nick Rekieta, you know what I'm talking about, which we're also going to be doing an update on. But we've got about 5 to 6 cases that I owe you guys updates on. We're going to talk about some other stuff as the show goes or progresses. You guys know how it rolls. But first off, I want to take the time to thank everybody for coming in the chat, as well as give the time for the notification to go out and let everybody know that we are live. As you can see, I am already getting into that Christmas spirit. I've got my little hat on. We've got our sidekick or co-host back. He was off for a few weeks. He's taking a little bit of a break. As you know, he was involved in somewhat of an onstage injury, but he's back to health and looking great. So welcome, Mr. Frosty, back, everybody. But let me just get chat going. Before I roll over to chat, let me get my little advertisement scrolling at the bottom. Yes, we've still got about 20 buttons left. That's out of 50 buttons that we started with. So thank you for everybody that has helped, supported our For a Good Cause project. I would like to have as a Christmas wish, and even if we can't meet it by Christmas, hopefully by the end of the year, to see that all of our buttons are sold and gone, so that on January 1st of 2025, we can all come together and vote on an organization that you guys would like to see all the profits from these button sales go to. So that is my Christmas wish. Hopefully we can make it. But I've got another Christmas wish that hopefully we're going to make, which is hopefully we're going to celebrate, or at least by the end of the year, 6K subscribers. So thank you to all the new subscribers in the house. Thank you for all the old school OGs that have been in the house, that have been following for 2 years now, since the beginning, back when we were a little clip channel. But I think we might hit it by January 1st of next year, possibly. If not, we're going to come really close to it. And I just wanted to say big thank you to everybody that's made, hopefully, our goal of hitting 6K a reality. So thank you all. All right. Let's see here. But starting from the top, let me say good afternoon to everybody. I'm used to saying good morning, but we had a little mid-afternoon session today. You know, change it up a bit, especially for those of you that like to sleep in. But welcome, Cesar Hernandez, first in the chat. Yes, you are. Followed by Panna No Week that says, been watching and waiting. Dash X has a FOIA in court doc. Check it out. Look at the date in year 2024, January, could 2025. What up, ICU? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see all the members of the jury, and welcome to all the mods. We've got Yoin Stewie in the house. We've got, going down the line, Super Roofer in the house. What up, Roofer? We've got Jack Mehoff in the house. Hose, and more hose. We've got Steph L09 in the house, and Steph L09 celebrating a 15-month anniversary as a member of the jury. Happy holidays back to you, Steph L09. I hope you and your family have a great holiday season and a great new year. And thank you for all your continued support. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gavels if you got them for me, please. That gavel slam goes out to you, Steph L09, and I appreciate all your continued support, my friend. And I hope you got your buttons, too. And we've got, oh, shoot, thank you so much. We've got, hold on. Yoim Stewie, and I hope I'm saying that correctly, and if I'm not, I apologize, that just gifted a new NJ Courts membership. So thank you for gifting that, and welcome to our new member that just got that gift. And as a matter of fact, say thank you to Yoim Stewie. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gavels for Yoim Stewie, please. This gavel slam goes out to you. I appreciate your support. All right. And welcome, everybody just joining. Kimberly71, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Grunge Truck, what up? I'm stoned, really. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'll join you right now, Grunge Truck. I think I got my pen with me. As a matter of fact, if I don't, it's been a while. I haven't had the binky, in a grip. I've been smoking all these blunts on my own shit, and I finally reached that point. I finally smoked all my shit. It's gone. Not to mention, I made a lot of edibles and butter and a lot of fun stuff, so it's okay. But yeah, back to having to spend the good old dollarolia. But right now they've got a pretty good deal. I think I got two of these, which these are a gram each for $20, so $10 a gram. But cheers to you. Binky time. All right, what up, JB? Good to see you. Another member of the jury. Happy holidays to you. Who else we got coming in the chat? I think we reached the final countdown. All right, got about 50 you here. So welcome, everybody. Let's get started. As a matter of fact, I need a little quick sip of my drink, then we'll get started. All right. Oh, not to mention, in addition to getting you some updates today, we're going to watch a body cam footage clip. So it appears that now this is not from me. So I'm going to just tell you right now, because I don't want the haters saying that don't you didn't premiere it. Why are you taking credit for it? No. Making it very clear right now. This is not my body cam footage. As a matter of fact, I'm not too sure who is the originator of requesting this body cam footage, but either way, it has made itself onto the YouTubes. And we're going to be watching it off of another channel that I will certainly be crediting for and sharing their link and all that, as we always do. But that body cam footage is going to be for the now. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if he ends up getting arrested or not yet. But eventually we do know he did, but I'm not sure if it'll be on this body cam footage, but we'll find out soon enough. But that is the body cam footage from the incident between the police and Nicholas Fuentes. You've got it right. So some of you may have already seen it, especially if you're following the Nick Fuentes case. If not to worry. We're going to be watching that together, and we'll talk about it a bit. But in addition to watching that body cam footage, I got you court updates on the Controlla court case that was just a few days ago, as well as the XMAS hearing that was a few days ago. They were both on the same day. Yesterday, I believe, it's not yesterday. Yesterday is the 18th. But on the 17th was the Nick Rekieta case. So I've got somewhat of an update on that for you. Michelle, MGL, she had her case yesterday on the 18th. Don't have an update for you on that. We'll look at the case info together, but hopefully maybe some of you in chat can let me know what happened if you know. But either way, I'm sure they'll be updating that website soon enough, and I will be able to find out and update you from the website. But you know how it goes. I'm sure she's already been out and about and said some things, and we can't even take that, for it's, to be the truth, how it is with Michelle. But at the very least, maybe she's spoke a little bit about it. So if you guys know of anything, please, by all means, share it in the chat. We are also going to speak about Lieutenant Dan. I did not forget about Lieutenant Dan. As a matter of fact, Lieutenant Dan had a court hearing in Broward County on the 9th, and then he had a motion hearing on the 16th out of Hillsborough County, which is Tampa Bay, Florida. So we'll talk a little bit about those two cases and what happened. And then Nick Fuentes has a hearing today, the 19th. So I don't know what has happened from his hearing today, but we are going to watch his body cam footage. So we'll save that for last. So that's pretty much all I got for today's agenda. And, maybe some other things will pop up. Maybe we'll chat about some other issues if you guys have anything else you want to speak about. But either way, buckle up, hang tight, grab you a little bevy, and let's get going. All right. Sorry, I was thirsty. Woo. All right. So let's start from the top here. Controlla. So, as many of you know, because we did somewhat of an update that day, and if you're wondering what happened to that VOD, well, don't worry, I didn't take it down because I never take down VODs. But that VOD was temporarily taken down by YouTube. It appears that at the request of Controlla, and if she's going to deny it, that's bullshit because I already have screenshots that were sent to me of her already stating that she was going to try to flag the video. It looks like she submitted a privacy concern or some shit like that. One, the channel did not receive a strike, didn't even receive a warning. As a matter of fact, the channel got an email from YouTube asking if I'd like to make any edits to the video before they reviewed it. I didn't catch that email. Unfortunately, I caught the second email, which was them letting me know that they went ahead and reviewed the video, and for right now, they went ahead and took it off. I did go ahead. That's horrible English or grammar. I went ahead and already submitted a rebuttal to that, and we'll see what happens. They have not, what's the word I'm trying to think of? They haven't replied back yet. So I don't know if they're going to put the video back up or if they're going to go ahead and leave it off. But if you're wondering what happened to the pre-Controlla court case coverage and the pre-Action Man hearing coverage, which we did on Monday when those two hearings were going on. It was Monday early morning, as a matter of fact. If you remember, I do, because I had to get up all early and I wasn't feeling very good. That's the reason that video is not available. But don't worry, because all that did is just verify that everything we talked about that day, which, mind you, over 1,000 viewers saw that video, as well as over 150 people were watching it live. So it's not like the video didn't make its way through the tubes. And for those of you people that are actually concerned or filing Controlla's case, had very much the chance to listen to everything I said that day. But all she did was just confirm that everything I said was truthful, and is why she got so, what's the word I'm trying to think? When people get to you. God damn it. It was on the tip of my tongue and I just forgot it. Anyway, she got really flustered. That's not the word I was thinking of. But anyways, it got to the point where she was so flustered because she didn't want the truth to be put out there that she tried to pretty much hide it by submitting a false privacy strike. I will say it was very much false, okay? And she's very much well known to do that, all right? And I'm not going to get in all the details of that. But not to worry, because we're still going to continue coverage, okay? We're still going to continue to put out public information, and we're still going to continue to speak the truth about her and all of her cases, okay? Which she can try to hide and deny as much as she wants, but once it's made the internet, it's always on there for the rest of your life. All right? So don't think you're going to skirt around it, okay, Carissa Tabona? Anyways, but she had her court case on Monday, and here's the results as far as what it tells us on the public info on the website. Okay, so let me share that with you, and then we'll have a little discussion. Let me start here. Share screen. I'm still trying to think of that word too. Triggered. There you go. It triggered her. Everything we talked about that day on Monday triggered her so much that she went ahead and did a false and illegal flag on that video, mind you, okay? I think what triggered her the most was the fact that we pointed out in her own video, mind you, okay, the one that she put out on the public domain, the one that came from her Ring camera footage, okay? I think she's upset because we pointed out in that video, which most of you also saw and agreed with me in chat, that she at no point showed any concern for her child's safety as she blew right past her, almost knocking her child over, okay? Miss fucking little bowling ball or Donkey Kong barrel of red, okay, just barrels right by her little daughter, okay, just to go screaming at a bunch of strangers that she don't know if they've got weapons, what their intentions are, to turn around, come back so that they can try to do something while her little child is standing there in the middle of the road or on the sidewalk, excuse me, okay? At no point did you see, and that's why I asked a little poll with chat. I said, A or B, if you were the mother in this situation, would you A, have done what she did, blew right past your kid, ran into the middle of the street, and screamed back at a bunch of strangers that were yelling a couple of obscenities at you to turn around in their vehicle, a moving vehicle that can be used as a weapon, and come back and start shit with you while your child and family sit out there? Or B, would you have ran out the second those fucking people drove by and started yelling shit, grabbed your small child out of the middle of the road or sidewalk and brought him right back in the house? What option would you have selected? I think she was so triggered that she noticed that, yes, that was the case, that because of the camera, again, your own camera footage, you look like a piece of shit. Just like you did the day that you got in an accident and were live streaming that accident, when the first thing you did, instead of checking on your own child or even getting out of the car and physically inspecting your child to make sure she wasn't hurt, the first thing you did instead was grab your phone to make sure that the live stream was still running and that it was okay. At not one point did you ever get out and physically check on your daughter. All you did was care about that damn live stream, and everybody saw that live. You can't hide that at all. And remember, at the end of the day, this is all her own footage that she tries to deny and cover up, okay? Now, anyways, here's what's going on with her case. So this is out of Richmond Criminal Court, aka Staten Island, New York City. And let me just make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Yep, you can. Excellent. And what you'll see is this is the calendar section, okay? So they have case details, summary, appearances, charges. So just to remind you what charges she's facing 4 misdemeanor charges. One is menacing in the third. One is criminal possession of a weapon in the fourth with intention to use. Her third charge is unlawful possession of noxious matter. Her fourth misdemeanor that she's facing is harassment in the second, physical contact. Okay, she has pled not guilty to all 4 of those charges. She pled not guilty on her arraignment, which was back in November the 2nd. And you can see here she was scheduled to be there this last Monday, which was December the 16th at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Now, we had seen that this was scheduled as an adjournment, which we spoke a little bit about, in which I said my opinion was most likely that either her attorney was going to file a motion to reschedule the hearing, or they had already rescheduled it and she didn't show up. I'm not sure what happened. All it does say is that it was adjourned, so it doesn't tell us if she was there in person or whether they just went ahead and rescheduled it without her being there. Either way, it's my understanding, and again, this is all hearsay. I have not been able to, verify any of this, but it's hearsay that supposedly she was offered a plea deal that she refused, and it appears, based on the new calendar date that they've issued for February 3rd of next year at 9 a.m., that it looks like it's going to go to a trial because they've got that scheduled as a trial hearing, okay? And they've got it under arraignment or hearing type as a trial. So I'm imagining, because if what's being said is true, if it's true that she did not accept the plea deal that was offered, that means most likely then that it's going to go to a jury trial, and it's going to be up to a jury of her own peers to decide whether or not, based on any evidence that's going to be brought forth into this trial, whether or not she is guilty or not guilty of the 4 charges she's facing. So that is all the information I have for you. Pretty much anything that we can verify from what we can see through the public information that's available off of this website that you guys can also access is that she's got a hearing on February the 3rd of next year at 9 a.m. and that her last hearing, which was on Monday, December the 16th at 9 a.m., was adjourned. Okay? That's all we can read off of here. And a little bit of the hearsay that I talked about. All right. Now, what's going on with her probation side? Not sure, but I am checking into that. So hopefully I'll have some information by the end of this week. If not, hopefully before the holiday season, because you guys know how it goes with the government, type of offices, generally around Christmas through New Year's, they don't do much. So I'm hoping to get all the information that I've requested through some FOIA requests by the holiday, hopefully by the end of this week. But I have inquired in some information regarding if she's facing anything on the probation end, being that based on what we read, I think a few case updates ago, we actually had on screen to show you guys her sentencing paperwork. And we read out her sentence, which included a 1-year probation date that started last March and should be ending this March of next year, which means it's still active. And as part of those conditions was that she doesn't get in any trouble, which clearly she has. And so that should have been reported to her probation officer by her. We can only assume. So I've inquired into that to see if, one, she did report that information to her officer, and two, what's the outcome of that. Let's move on. So that takes care of Controlla's update. Also that same day on the 16th, we also had Ac7ionman. All right. He had a hearing out of Travis County, which Travis County covers Austin, Texas, which is where he got in this incident that supposedly he's allegedly facing a charge of a felony charge, mind you, of what is it? Something with organized criminal activity. Excuse me, give me a second. I had it here. Engaging in organized criminal activity. There you go. So Ac7ionman is currently facing a felony charge of engaging in organized criminal activity. This charge allegedly stems from an incident that happened on a live stream of his that he was hosting. That was one of these like pedo catcher type of episodes that resulted in an individual getting physically assaulted. There was other individuals that took part in this episode. Again, this was all on live stream. You guys can watch the clip. We watched a little bit of it up until it got to the part where the individual was assaulted, but you can see that clip in the full from other clip channels if you haven't already. But we did also verify from the police report that this channel did receive through a FOIA request that we went over a few case updates ago, that the date that this incident or report was taken, the police report, was from the same date that live stream was on. So that's pretty much what verified that's why he was arrested and charged with that charge, and was because of allegedly the incident that happened on that live stream. So anyways, he had court on Monday. Let's see what happened. Let's go to his case info. I should have that already up here. Here we go. So Ac7ionman, aka Aaron J. Travis, as his legal name goes by. So he had a hearing again at 9 a.m. December 16th. This was labeled as an unindicted first designation hearing, which we already went over that, which meant pretty much that in the state of Texas, you cannot be officially, or I guess pretty much you can't get sentenced on a felony charge, unless that felony charge has came down under a grand jury indictment. Okay, so pretty much since his charge hasn't been handed down from a grand jury indictment yet, it's very important to take that in mind or in consideration. And that's why they title these hearings unindicted first designation. He's got another hearing scheduled for January 23rd of next year that's titled unindicted second designation. And again, that's why it's titled that, because technically he hasn't been indicted by a grand jury yet, which in the state of Texas, to face a felony charge, you have to be indicted by a grand jury. So I don't know if they're working on that indictment or what, but all it does tell us based on the case notes for December 16th, and I'm just reading what I'm highlighting up here, it looks like there was a request to modify some of his bond conditions, because you got to remember he is considered out on bond. So he did have some bond conditions that have already been changed or modified. As a matter of fact, they were modified originally on December the 12th. And then it looks like they modified them again this last Monday, December 16th. So it says, order modifying bond conditions. Remove condition of no contact with co-defendant Nate Johnson. Add allow work-related travel to the following locations: Melbourne, Los Angeles, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Fairbanks, Miami. Prior to travel, must notify pretrial officer and must notify pretrial officer within 48 hours of return. Do not discuss criminal case on social media. And then it looks like on the 17th, there was an order that was filed that's labeled criminal order of assignment. So that's all we can read off of here. Again, I did already put a FOIA request for as much information as I can get, which was just a big redacted incident report or police report, which, hey, I'll take it. We already went over. But as far as getting any further information on this case, it's probably just going to be down to what we can read off of the website or physically attending the next hearing and, taking notes, or which we've done in Texas, not in this county. We did this actually in when we were covering Sunny IRL. We were given permission to actually film in the courthouse his hearings. And we did. We attended one of those hearings and were able to film that. Now, I wasn't able to show it to you live as the hearing was proceeding, but as soon as the hearing was done, I was able to upload it and then show it to you guys. But so the state of Texas has allowed us to film in their courthouses. I can't speak for this county, though, Travis County, but that may be something we can look into. It's not too far away from where I'm at now, so it wouldn't be a very long distance trip as far as either taking a plane or driving like I have been recently on all these most recent court case trips. But like I said, I'll keep you updated as I get more information. But it appears our next hearing on the Ac7ionman case will be January 23rd of next year at 9:15 a.m. And again, that's titled as an unindicted second designation hearing. All right, let me pop in a chat and see what you guys are talking about. What up, Gold Girl? What up, Ace Man? What up, Joe Blow? Ac7ionman is innocent. Stop spreading fake news. God damn, you must be an idiot. I won't even... If you think reading a public website, or excuse me, a government website is fake news, I think you need to lay off the pokey, my friend. And hence why it doesn't strike me that you're an Ac7ionman fan. Anyways, welcome everybody just coming in. All right. What up, Spirit in the Sky Blue? All right. What up, all the members of the jury? So let's move on. We've got Controlla, check. Ac7ionman, check. Let's see. I'm kind of trying to do this in chronological order by date. So those were on the 16th. All right. So Nick Rekieta, however you want to say it, he had a hearing on the 17th. That was in the afternoon. I can tell you right now, based on the court case information that we're going to read together, his next hearing is next month, January 24th at 11:15 a.m. This last hearing that he had on the 17th was supposed to be a settlement conference. A lot of the court case channels or e-lawyers, whatever you want to call them, that have been following his case have already covered what happened. I haven't had a chance to listen to any of their footage. All I've been able to do is just read what's off of the case info. So let's read that together and see if we can get any more information as far as if anything happened that was important enough to talk about on the 17th, which I don't really think there was much because they've already got another, date scheduled for next year. So, but let's jump over to his case info. And you guys in chat, you guys are always more than welcome to share any info you may have as well, too. And then we're going to work our way over to Lieutenant Dan, Michelle Sabate, and then we're going to watch the Nicholas Fuentes body cam footage, saving that for the end. But let me get the Nick Rekieta case up So here's his notice of hearing. We can start with that. So that's letting us know that he's got a hearing set for January 25th of next year. So the one that he had on the 17th was titled as a settlement conference. This one here is now titled as a plea hearing, the one for next year. You're expected to appear fully prepared. So that's just a notice of his hearing for next year. And then let's see, what else do I have for this dude? I think I have to, oh yeah, it's making me do my case search again. Give me 1 second. I just have to, it just bumped me out since I hadn't done anything for a few minutes. Oop. So let me share this tab with you. So again, this is all public information. This is from the Minnesota Judicial Branch website. More specifically, this case is being heard out of, and I know I'm going to fuck this up, so excuse me. This is Kenda. Oh man, hold on. I got to see it in writing, and then I might be able to say it right. It's Kennedohi or Kendoshai County. Okay, Candy-Ojai. There we go. I just have to see it in writing. Candy-Ojai County. There you go, out of Minnesota, out of the state of Minnesota. But anyways, just to give you a quick reminder, Mr. Nicholas Requeda, which he is not a licensed attorney, but at some point did get a I guess a JD or a pass the bar exam at some point, I would imagine, to become an attorney at some point. But it was brought to the attention of all the viewers following this case by another channel when they did do a search for his bar or his licensing information, that it wasn't active. I don't know when the last time he was an active or licensed attorney, but just a side note. But either way, that's kind of been his claim to fame, because he was a YouTuber, one of these e-lawyer YouTubers that was covering a lot of these big cases. I think one of them was the Johnny Depp case and some other ones. But that's what kind of brought him to kind of YouTube fame. And then, of course, he got in trouble, right? So he's facing some charges, including possession of 25 grams or more of cocaine or metamine, whatever. I can't pronounce that word. You guys know I say that always incorrectly. It's a second-degree felony. He's got another charge of possession of ammo of any firearm, user of controlled substance. So it looks like possessing a firearm being under a controlled substance. That's a misdemeanor. And then he's got a third charge, which is endangering child, permit present, possession of a controlled substance. So it looks like having a child in front of drugs, pretty much, and that's a misdemeanor. So it looks like 2 misdemeanors and a felony is what he's facing. But anywho, he had a hearing that was scheduled for the 18th, and doesn't look like they have any other documents other than the one we just looked at, which was the notice of his next hearing to look at. Let me just see if they have any notes about what happened. Under the settlement conference that was supposed to happen on the 17th, excuse me, not the 18th. It says under result held off record. So we may have to just I may have to refer you to some of the websites or, other YouTube channels that are covering this. Of course, you guys know I've always told you, if you're not already a subscriber, definitely subscribe to Will Heron's channel. He's a clip channel that's been clipping all the other news channels that are covering this case. So that's probably the best place to get all your current information on what's going on. But I'll probably give him a little DM here this afternoon and see if he can fill me in, if he knows what happened this week. But like I said, I apologize that I haven't been on top of this case. And that is because, there is a lot of other channels covering the Requeda case. So is the reason why I've not been on top of it. But, I try to still give you guys updates when I can. So that's as best as I can as far as an update with you guys on this one. Obviously, he's got a hearing coming up next year. A lot of everybody does pretty much that we've covered so far. I think everybody's got something going on in January of next year. And obviously, something had to go on this week. So unfortunately, it's not telling us any other case notes other than just the document we shared, which was just a notice of hearing for his hearing next year in January. So let's move on. Nothing too important there. Let's do Michelle. So I'm probably going to strike out again here. So I'm sorry, but when I checked which was about 30 minutes ago on her case info, I didn't see anything updated yet from her hearing that went on yesterday. So before you guys start talking about her case, give me a minute because I want to be in chat when you guys do, because I'm sure it was my understanding that she already went on somebody's, I don't know if it was Bombshell's live stream and talked a little bit about what happened. But I think a lot of people have also been getting her civil case or her divorce case mixed up with the criminal case, which is what I'm covering. So I think she had a hearing for the divorce this week or last week. It's my understanding that was a Zoom hearing and some crazy shenanigans happened on that Zoom hearing. But, and again, I don't know what happened, but that's just some of the little details that I was told. But I think a lot of people are confusing what's happened with that case with the criminal case. So let me just share with you what's on the website, and we'll just start from there. So you guys should be looking at this. Pam in the Week says, Michelle, in other cases, she told the judge she's going to rehab again. So I guess that's the other information I've been given, is that I guess she's trying to convince the judge, which I think the person that was explaining this to me, I guess I don't think they were sure of whether this was on the divorce side or the criminal side. And so I think I had told her that I'm pretty sure it was the civil side or the divorce side. But I guess it's my understanding that she's trying to convince one of these judges that she rather go to her own rehab center that she's picked out rather than the state appointed rehab center that the state would be appointing to her if they go that route, which I don't know how she could already be, I mean, I don't know how that would work on the criminal side. Generally, the sentencing is going to be up to what the judge wants to do, not what she wants to do. And I don't even think we're there yet on the criminal side. That's why I think that's what's going on the civil side. But either way, if you guys know what's going on in chat, let me know. So Gold Girl says, I thought I heard she pled not guilty, but not sure. I had heard that as well. And I think we already saw that here, but let's just double check on some of this case information. I think through some of the documents that we looked at the last time we did the case update on here, we had already seen that, but maybe not. So let's take a look at this. Let's see what's going on here first off. Let's see if they've updated anything. So let me just refresh this. So I'm going to do a criminal search. Let's go. We're going to do another name, Sabata Michelle, search. So that was her old case that's already been disposed of at the top. And here's the open case. That's why it says OP under status. This is the one where she's facing the 3 charges of simple battery, obstruction of an officer, and affixing a plate to conceal or misrepresent identity. These are stemming from an offense date of February 17th of 2024. And let's see, her last hearing was on December 18th at 9:30 a.m. It looks like they've got an arraignment notice, so they may already be issuing out, which generally means they're going to have another date issued out. So I don't know yet if she's got a next date or not, but it appears that it may be happening. They just don't have it available for us to look at yet. The last thing that we could have looked at as far as documents was the notice of this last court hearing that was supposed to go on the 18th. The only other thing I wanted to see was under this. I think this is the one we were looking at under the conditions. Let me look at something here. I think this is the paperwork that showed the accusation, and then there was the conditions of her bond, I think is what we read the last time we went over this paperwork. So it talks about a little bit, about a little bit of details as far as each charges that she's facing. Like, for example, this is what I'm looking at right here. Sorry for those of you guys that don't know what I'm looking at. But yeah, no, it doesn't say anything about not guilty on here. So that may be correct, Gold Girl. Although it's, there's nothing here to verify that. I did hear that same information that she may have pled not guilty to these 3 charges. So let's just play devil's advocate. Let's assume that that's the case. So most likely then, if she's pled not guilty, then they're going to schedule her for another hearing. And we know how that goes. Generally, they'll either try to, give her a plea deal if they want to even offer that on the table. And if she doesn't accept the plea deal, then they schedule a jury trial. So that's just generally what my guess is going to be, is that's what's going to go on at the next hearing. But we can't confirm any of that on the website that we're looking at. And yep, nothing during the holidays. I don't know if that's what you're referring to, Grunge Truck. That's why all these cases are getting, scheduled for January. Yeah, and then I've heard something going on with her dog as well. So yeah, I've just heard a lot of just bad stuff going on with her. So, and especially, you guys know me, I'm a huge dog person. So if that's really the case, I hope her dog, 1, is being taken care of by somebody else. Obviously, if it's lost 50 pounds, then Michelle should not be anywhere near that dog. And 2, I hope that that dog has a good recovery and is able to get back to gaining the, its appropriate weight. And hopefully it's not sick right now. I don't know much. It's just based on what I hear from a few things I see through comments and all that. But I hope really that that's not the case. But if it is, I'm praying for that dog. That's fucking shitty, man. Pisses me off. Anyways, let's move on here. I know these are a little bit boring, nothing crazy or exciting, but hey, that's all I can do is just come up with the updates as they come. Although that's why I'm waiting for that body cam footage. I haven't watched it, so we're going to watch that together at the end here of the Nick Fuentes incident. So let's keep moving because we're almost there. We've got Lieutenant Dan to knock out, and then we're going to finish the show with the Nick Fuentes body cam footage. So Lieutenant Dan, he's the gentleman that we started talking about out of Florida. He's the TikTok star, self-proclaimed TikTok star that got a little bit of TikTok fame because he was ordered out of the he was in the hurricane area for these last 2 big hurricanes that hit Florida. And he was ordered by where the state ordered everybody to, get out and find safety and all that. Well, he had a boat that he had shored or moored, and he was refusing to leave his boat that was on the water. And, the news started covering in all the big news stations, what was going to happen with Lieutenant Dan. He was going by that name because Lieutenant Dan from the movie, what is it? Golly, how can I forget this? It's a classic. Happy Gilmore, okay? The real Lieutenant Dan in the movie is missing. He's an amputee missing a leg from the war, I believe is the story. This Lieutenant Dan, I don't think he's missing his leg from the war, but he's also missing his leg, and he's an amputee. So I think that's why he nicknamed himself Lieutenant Dan. That's not his name at all. But either way, he goes by Lieutenant Dan. So he got a little bit of fame from that whole story that he got covered of him not leaving the hurricane zone. He obviously made it just fine. He's obviously alive. But this guy's got a really, really, really shady past, huge criminal record from all over the state of Florida. And we were just starting to learn he's got some records from some other states, I haven't even dived into those states yet. We just barely talked about it a bit from our last update that we had on Lieutenant Dan. But either way, we've been covering his latest shenanigans, which were out of the county of Hillsborough, which covers Tampa, Florida, and out of Broward County, which we've covered a lot of individuals. Oh, remember we were talking about all the people we covered out of Florida? I forgot one, and he's one of our VIPs out of Florida, Mr. Brandon Grosso, a.k.a. Hampton B, Hampton Brandon. How could we have forgot him? But yeah, man, we got a lot of individuals we've covered out of Broward County. But either way, he got in a little bit of trouble. So he had hearings out of Broward County and hearings out of Hillsborough County, which covers Tampa, Florida. He got everything taken care of out of Broward County. So let me just start with that stuff first. So let's jump over to Broward County really quick. Let me get out of here. And then we'll talk about his case that's still open in Hillsborough County or Tampa, Florida. So let me go to Broward here really quick. This should be this one. I got to do the case search again. So he goes by Joseph Malinowski, a.k.a. Lieutenant Dan. So let me make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Perfect. Candy Kiss, what's up? Candy Kiss says, hi, everyone. I thought I heard Michelle say she knew someone in the judge's family, so he couldn't handle a case. I'm not far too close. I heard say this on a clip channel. Yeah, so I had heard something about that, like the judge was going to have to recuse themselves, which means they dismissed themselves from the case. So there's a lot of details that I got to look into all this. That's why I was hoping you guys could answer some of the questions I had or fill me in on some stuff. I've done FOIA requests, which again, we were denied the body cam footage because of an ongoing case, and all my other requests, all we got was just some redacted information in a police report. I think is pretty much all we've been able to get from this case here, and that was it. So I may have to do a FOIA request to the district attorney's office and see what I can get as far as updated case information, because obviously we know we can't trust anything that comes out of Michelle's mouth, and just short of being there. I mean, shit, the case that even when I was physically there at her court case in March of this year, back in March when we went down to Georgia, the NJ Courts TV station, and she even lied about what we covered there, and we were actually in the court filming. So if she's going to lie about stuff that we were actually there physically covering, I can imagine what would you think is going to come out of her mouth when she knows nobody's there except her. So again, I think there's a lot of stuff we need to verify. So I apologize that I don't have a lot of updated information, but I will work on it. I promise that. Let's see here. So let's go down here. Sorry, I'm just trying to clear the comments so we can read this here. So let's go down and open up the case that just got closed out of Broward County. So that's this one down here. This is the one that he was facing a couple of warrants, and those were from a bunch of charges, misdemeanor charges having to do with like suspended driver's license, no registration. He had a bunch. It was almost like 8 charges, and it looks like they finally just decided to charge him on 3 charges. So he ended up, as far as in Broward County, being finally charged for 3 misdemeanors. 1 was suspended driver's license, first offense. 1 was motorcycle without a valid driver's license, and the other one was failed to register a vehicle. Okay, and here's the outcome of this. Let me share that document for you. That's going to be the court disposition. So he had court on the 9th for this case, and then he had court on the 16th. So we're going to jump over to that next. And that was the one out of Hillsborough County. So that one's still open. So let's talk about this one that's been disposed or closed. So out of those 3 charges, he pretty much, just to give you the short, okay, this is the disposition sheet you're looking at. He pled no contest. He was found guilty on the first charge, which was suspended driver's license. And then they pretty much gave him probation or withheld the adjudication for charge number 2 and number 3. Okay, so pretty much that means that he's not sentenced, and he's not convicted, not sentenced, and he's given a probation charge, or he can be given probation, or in this case, he can just be given fines, fees, whatever. So what they did for the 1 charge that he was found guilty on, they went ahead and sentenced him to 5 days of jail time, which was already time served. So they went ahead and took the time that he had served in jail already and apply that toward the 5 days. So that just cleared that out. So he didn't have to do any more additional jail days. And then they made him pay a bunch of fines for the charge of number 2 of open motorcycle without a valid DL, and number 3, fail to register a vehicle. And that's what you see on the next page here. I don't know if you guys are looking at, oh, you're not even, let me share that. I'm sorry. You guys didn't see that other page I was sharing with you guys. Give me 1 second. That's why I always double check. That was my fault. So let me go here. Okay, now you should be able to see it. There we go. I apologize about that. So this was that disposition sheet I was just reading to you. So when we go to the next sheet, next one, page 3 of 4, this will be the fees that he's facing for the count 2 and 3. So pretty much looks like they just $50 looks like is all he's facing. It looks like they withheld the fees on 2 and 3 and just gave him $50 fees on count 1. So pretty much he pled no contest. They found him guilty on 1 charge and dismissed the other 2 is basically what happened. It's the easiest way to put it. So that's what happened out of Broward County. Let's move over to Hillsborough County, and then we are going to finish up our broadcast today with the Nick Fuentes body cam footage. So if you haven't already seen that yet, we're not the first to premiere it. It's already been premiered by several other channels. As a matter of fact, we're going to be watching it off of another channel, which we'll be giving full credit to. Stay tuned. I haven't watched it yet, just the first couple of minutes. So I'm pretty excited to see what happened in this body cam footage. But let's just wrap this up here with Lieutenant Dan. So again, that was from his court date. That was on December 9th. He then had a court date on the 16th. This was out of Hillsborough County. This was out of the trouble that he got most recently, I think, was out of Tampa, Florida. Let me share with you what happened there. So this is the Hillsborough County case information results for him there. So he's got a few cases. One's closed and 2 of them are open. Okay. Both of these cases were held on the same date. So he saw the judge for both charges on the 16th. And they've scheduled him for a next court hearing for February the 27th. So this case isn't disposed yet. And just to give you an idea, we'll go to one of the charges here. This is going to be, let me open up this here. So this is going to be for, this is Tampa ordinance punishable by 60 days. So I don't know what ordinance it was. I'd have to look it up. But let me go to the other one instead, because that's the one where it shows us the actual charge. So, and this is actually what happened in this last hearing on the 16th. It looks like Lieutenant Dan or his attorney submitted a motion that was denied. And we've got the paperwork for that motion, which was for him to get back, I think, his boat pretty much is what they repossessed from him. And we actually saw that on a video. We watched a short clip and it was showing his boat getting towed away. Okay. So this is his most recent offense. This is dated from June 4th of this year. The stuff going on in Broward had to do with stuff stemming from, I think we had read 2021 up until like 2023. And they had issued 2 warrants from all that shit. So finally caught up with him. But I believe this is what we saw happening from that one short clip when you saw him towing out the vehicle had to do with this charge here. So selling, operating, or using a vessel without certificate of title. Let's go to events. And you can see the most recent was on the 17th. Did I say he had I think I said 16th. Okay, I'm sorry. I think he had the hearing on the 16th. The order or the motion was filed on the 17th. But either way, he's got his next hearing, which I told you is in February. But let's read this motion. This is what was going on the 7th or 16th. Was this motion was submitted and filed and was denied. But it reads, and let me share this with you, make sure you guys can see this. Excellent. Order denying defendant's amended motion to authorize release of property to defendant. This cause came before the court on December 16th, so I was right, December 16th, on defendant's amended motion to authorize release of property to defendant. Having reviewed the pleadings and the court file, the court finds it lacks jurisdiction or authority to grant the defendant's request. Wherefore, the court denies, highlight that for you, the defendant's amended motion to authorize release of property to defendant. So there you go. So that's pretty much what happened on the December 16th case. And again, this has now been continued for February. And I've got that paperwork here. This is his notice of hearing paperwork. Next hearing will be February 27th at 9:30 a.m. All right, so that concludes our Lieutenant Dan coverage. All right, let's make our way to the Nick Fuentes body cam footage, shall we? Take a little chill break with you guys and see what's going on. So it looks like you guys are still talking about old Michelle. See, that's why, like I said, I knew I could count on you guys in chat about the Michelle stuff. But like I said, I want to verify all this info that I'm getting from everybody. And it looks like I'm going to have to just contact somebody in that district court office, which I have before, but I can't remember which one of her 3 cases it was on. Oh, also, while we're taking a little quick break, to let you know, everybody that won a button, everybody that purchased a button, I will be mailing those out by the end of this week. I doubt some of you may be getting them by Christmas. Most of you probably won't, but you will be getting them by the end of the year, which was my promise. So I'm still holding to it. You may get it before Christmas or right on Christmas. Well, they don't deliver on Christmas Day, but Christmas Eve they might, or it might be the day after, but definitely will be before January 1st. So I will be emailing everybody that is getting a button, just so you know that your button is on the way. That will be this week, I promise. Dawson, good afternoon. Good to see you in chat, my friend. As a matter of fact, for those of you that follow me on Instagram, I just shared my early Christmas present for my buddy Dawson, and that's my new pal or new member of the NJ Courts TV family, which, if you guys know, I don't have real kids. I have fur babies, and now I have a technically, hold on, don't tell me, Dawson. An Accra, man, it's the way you say spider, the scientific name for a spider. But either way, I now have introduced a new regal jumping spider, which is some of you know about spiders. You may know what a jumping spider is, but his name is Pinto or Pinto, if you say it in the Spanish accent. And you can see pictures of my little Pinto on my Instagram page. I'll probably be posting those pictures to the YouTube community page, but I haven't had a chance. But if you follow me on Instagram, you can check out my new little Pinto on there. He's super cute and he's badass. An acronym, I'm not even going to say it right. Arachnid. There we go. I said it right there that time. An arachnid. So we've got an arachnid now I'm an arachnid dad, I guess is the way you put it. All right. So Nick Fuentes, just a quick summary and background into why he's going through the court system now. He was involved in an incident that happened around the date of November 10th, which involved him allegedly pepper spraying a female and possibly assaulting her, pushing her to the ground. I believe as of right now, he's just facing 1 count of misdemeanor battery. And allegedly what happened was he had made a comment that had heated up a lot of people on the internet. And, he's already, a very controversial figure as it is. His address was doxxed and people were going by his house because of this comment that was made. This individual, which is not illegal to drive by his house, This individual or female ended up actually walking to his front door and knocking on it. And apparently and this is all on her live stream. So we already featured that clip. We were able to watch a brief clip from the lady herself. But apparently he opens the door, pepper sprays her, and then pushes her, and then takes her phone, kicks it inside his place, and then keeps the phone. Apparently the police filed a report sometime around that date. He was then arrested on November 27th and officially booked. A few days after that arrest is when Nick Fuentes himself posted his mugshot, and that's kind of when the news kind of went out again, or really made its way out into the mainstream media because of the mugshot. And he's even put out his own merch now with his mugshot, so trying to capitalize on his arrest, I guess you can say. But either way, he had court that was scheduled for today. I'm not sure if it was a morning session or afternoon. I have not been able to access his court case information, so I'm still working on that. All I can give you as far as updates is what I can find off of the mainstream media, which based on the searches I did earlier today, I couldn't find anything. So that tells me that pretty much nobody knows probably what's happened as far as a result of his hearing today. But I'm sure by tomorrow or tonight, you'll see something posted by mainstream media. And by my next update, I'm sure I'll be able to tell you exactly what happened on today's court hearing that he was scheduled for. But either way, what did make mainstream media for the Nick Fuentes case was his body cam footage, which just got released a few days ago. As a matter of fact, I think it was yesterday, just to be more specific. So for those of you that haven't seen it, we're going to check it out. And here we go. So give me just a minute to get that set up here. In the meantime, I'm going to take another sip of my drinky drink. And a puff of my little binky. I need to get a little binky holder so I can like wear it as a necklace and carry my binky here. Then I can even be lazy and just go like this. Yeah, somebody needs to invent the binky necklace if it's not already out there on Amazon, which some of you are expecting orders on Amazon. Breaking news as of this morning, a lot of the Amazon, I think it's the big processing centers are on strike. So that may be affecting a lot of y'all that may have been ordering presents or are doing the last minute shit on Amazon. So just FYI, you may want to look into that before you start ordering those gifts for last minute stuff, because they may not be coming in on time because of the strike. Also, for all my friends on the East Coast, I hope you guys have a safe holiday. It still looks like they haven't gotten any official information as far as what's going on with the drones out there. If you guys know anything, please fill me in. A lot of y'all sent me your own pictures, which have been very, very interesting. For those of you that have just started looking into this or aren't very aware of what's been going on, pretty much they've got these car-sized drones they're saying that have been flying over the state of New Jersey and New York, more specifically over a lot of residential areas and military bases, which has caused an alarm, and rightfully should so, and a concern for the safety of residents as well as these people that are on the bases and you know, everything that goes on. You know, one of these is Picatinny military base, which is a munitions base, which means they've got a lot of explosives there. You definitely don't want drones flying over something like that. So there's already been a congressional hearing about this, and even after that, there wasn't very much information that was put out. So as of what I've been able to check out through all your mainstream media and all my sources, as of right now, there's still no answer to what's going on with the drones. It appears that the state and local authorities in these states are trying to get some type of federal law passed that'll give them more power for them to take down these drones. I guess that's been kind of the big safety issue that's been brought up or arise from this incident, is the fact that, one, nobody can identify where these drones are coming from or who owns them. And second, if there was going to be an emergency, say these were attack drones, who would be authorized to take them down? And why would it take this long and take a congressional hearing in weeks to even authorize that? Right? That makes no sense when something that could be possibly carrying explosive just needs seconds or minutes to release those explosives and cause some very serious danger or harm. All right. So I hope everything gets figured out for my friends on the East Coast. And they're already even reporting that some of these drones are being spotted in other states around the United States. So I'm sure it's very, very stressful. And of course, it doesn't help with the social media and rumors. And you know how the telephone theory goes. You start off at one end saying the color of the apple's green. By the time it reaches the other end, that person's saying the color of the apple's blue. You know how it goes, right? I agree with you. I think the government knows what's going on. Obviously, they're not going to say what's going on, which is stupid. I don't know what you would think would happen when you're flying these things from like 6 in the afternoon. Probably, I think they said when the sun comes down to around 11, 12 at night, when everybody's out and about, in areas where there's obviously a lot of members of the public. So it's very concerning, definitely, especially with all these wars going on. And what's going on with Russia, with Israel, it's obviously very alarming, and I can imagine the stress going on with all my friends out on the East Coast. So hopefully they'll get it figured out by Christmas time, right? But either way, let's get to that body cam footage. Just trying to fill you guys in with some other world news. Don't even get me started on the Mangini murder case. That's a whole other bucket of shit that's going on. But not too happy to hear everything going on with that and how there's people actually now like putting money on this guy's books. Guy's probably going to be a millionaire when he gets out of jail, when a Netflix documentary. It's sick, man. Guy's getting exactly what he wanted from the crime he committed. And it's sad that literally you've got social media, these young kids and these adults that are seeing this and seeing that somebody can pretty much commit a crime and be glamorized and rewarded. Anyways, let's move on. Check Venmo. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, you know why I didn't hear anything? My phone died. I thank you for reminding me to check my phone because I got to plug in my charger. I apologize. I'm sorry. I think you're saying that because it looks like there's probably a Venmo donation. So I'm going to check it right now, Gold Girl. Give me 1 minute just to get a 1% on here, and I will check that out. I apologize. I was wondering why I got quiet because usually my phone's beeping with alerts, and that's why. But in the meantime, let's jump over to that clip. Let me just get that up here on the stage. All right, so let me share with you guys the channel link. So this is going to be from the crime piece. This is a pretty big channel. Got about 104K subs. This clip itself already's got about 35K views. That was posted 21 hours ago. So I'm pretty much guessing that this body cam footage got posted yesterday and is why it's starting to make its rounds on the YouTube platform. But here's the link to that clip as well as to the Crime Pieces channel. So definitely give them a sub or check them out. And shout out to the Crime Piece channel for having this body cam footage available to share. But let's get this off of here. Remove. Present. Share screen. Oh, and let me share with you guys the link. 0%. It's still working. It's the other thing I need to get. I'm going to get myself for Christmas a fast charger, one of those nice ones. All right, so let's start from the beginning. This is going to be about a 21-minute clip. We're going to start it from start to finish, so you may want to get a drink or go take a little quick restroom break. I'll give you a minute or two if you need to. And then we'll start. If you're lucky, I might even introduce you guys to Pinto. Dumple, got to take a dump. You got plenty of time. Well, I don't know if you take dumps like me. By the time you get back, this might be over. That's a 21-minute clip. But if you just do a quick and if you do a dump and snip, you probably will catch the exciting part of the clip. Although I've not watched it yet. Generally, I can tell from experience from these body cam footages, they start getting exciting about 5 to 10 minutes in. Yes? All right. We'll definitely share Pinto here. I'll go grab Pinto while this is going. All right. So here we go. Let's get this. I think I already shared the link. I sure did. Let's play this. I'm going to put it on the big screen here. And again, all the audio is from the body cam footage, so you guys adjust the audio to your liking. But as far as controls on my end, that's the best I can do, which from the little bit of the footage I started watching, it seemed like it was good. So I don't think we're going to have problems with any of that. All right, so it's at the beginning. Let me get it on the big screen mode. Hit that. Here we go.
Hello. Oh, it doesn't matter. You can stay outside.
And in the meantime, I'm going to go grab Pinto. I'll be right back. And we're waiting for my storage card.
She was right in front of his house.
Oh,
so let me stop this really quick and give you some context. So, and again, I'm just watching this for the first time with you guys, but it's my understanding. So whenever this incident happened, it was actually a passerby or somebody that was driving by, which I'm sure it's this individual that's you're seeing right now getting interviewed by the police, was the one that actually called the police. So it wasn't even the lady that got allegedly assaulted by Nick Fuentes that originally called the police. It was actually somebody that was driving by. Now, it does appear that this lady already knows who he is. So based on the part that I did listen to, I'm like 90% sure that she was part of this crew or group that was either driving by or was going to drive by and try to, I don't know what they were going to do. But either way, they knew where he lived, and it was because of the docs. And they obviously were upset because of the comment that he made, because you're going to hear talk about it. So I don't think this was just some passerby that didn't even know who Nick Fuentes was, didn't even know who that lady was, just witnessed it and called the cops. I think she probably either knew who this lady was already or had an idea, most likely, what was going on, just to give you a little bit of some context. And that's as far as I was able to watch. So again, everything that you guys are about to see, I'm pretty much new to. So here we go. Like I said, in the first time I covered this, I in no way endorse people going up to people's places, even knocking on the guy's door, even if she was going to ask for an interview, that's not illegal. I still, it's not something that I personally would recommend to somebody or say to somebody to do. Okay. I wouldn't want anybody that I don't know coming up to my house, just like I'm sure some of you wouldn't want anybody coming up to your house you didn't know, especially if they're coming over to maybe cause trouble. But either way, here's the thing. When you are a public figure like Nick Fuentes is, and somebody who obviously is very controversial and knows that he is, you have to know how to react to things like this, because it's going to happen. If he knew that his address was doxed, he most likely knew that, people were either going to A, come by, or B, things are going to be sent, or C, people are going to come up to your door. Okay, if it gets to that point, all right? And if it gets to that point, you don't feel safe, call the police. But certainly, I would not do what this individual, Nick Fuentes, allegedly is being charged with, did, and that what you saw in the original footage that we watched, which was from the live stream of the alleged victim, okay? I certainly would not recommend first thing you do, answering a door to somebody that you don't know who it is pepper spraying them and taking their phone, okay, without their permission. Probably going to get in a little trouble. Hence why Nick Fuentes has found himself facing the charge that he is and having court today. So now, Roofer, you bring up a good point. If you are somebody like Nick Fuentes, or somebody that's a public individual, or somebody that knows that you may have guests that may be unwanted, definitely put yourself a private property sign if that is private property, because in the court of law, if something happens, that will go a long way to protect you, if you know what I mean or where I'm going with that. But here we go. So here we go.
He did explain to you exactly what happened.
All right, starting from the beginning. Shout out to Crime Team.
Hello. It doesn't matter. You can stay outside.
Okay.
Were you the one that got
I'm
pushed?
like so no, this woman standing out there. I'm sorry, I'm shaking so hard. She was right in front of his house.
Oh, you weren't involved?
I saw the whole thing,
okay.
And I would be more than happy to explain to you exactly what happened. And I tried to
So
film
she's up there right now?
Yeah, she is.
How does she look?
She's probably like my age. I think she has curly brown with gray hair. She's got some gloves. She's white. I mean, yes. Yeah, she's just right out there.
Okay.
I tried to get her to come with me.
You have an ID just so I could
Yeah,
get information real quick before I leave? So what happened?
So I was pulling. I'll just be completely honest with you. He's the white supremacist that coined the phrase, your body, my choice. So he is evil against women. And so as I pulled up, going past,
how do you know him?
It's all over the internet. And I'm just, I drove by because I'm ridiculous.
It's a post that he made?
No, everybody's outing him because he's a white supremacist. And
what's your phone number? So, why exactly were you here?
I drove by, wanted to see where the jerk lived. To be totally honest, I'm so disgusted with everything. And when I came by, other people were like taking photos, and then she was standing there, and I was.
Is your middle initial M for Mary?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your current address? Okay. And that's the right apartment. You weren't involved. Do you know the lady?
No, not at all. Okay. I don't know either of them.
Can you just stay here? I'm gonna try to make sure she's okay.
Sure, and I'll tell you exactly what happened. I saw the whole thing.
So can you just tell me really quick so I can go see if she's okay?
She went and pushed the doorbell. He opened the door, which was surprising. She didn't say a word. He came out with his full body, both arms, pushed her back. She fell off. There's 3 steps. She fell off onto the ground. She's trying to get up, and as she's getting up, she has a phone in her hand. He grabs it. He's going back up the stairs to his front door. He slams the phone down, and the phone went in the house.
Okay, and then he went inside?
And then he went inside.
Okay.
I tried to get her to come with me, but she's like, I'm okay.
Okay. Okay, yeah, please. Give me like, to be honest, give me like 10 minutes. Hello. How are you?
Good.
You live here?
I live here.
Yeah? Okay, so I'll talk to you guys separate, you know that, right? Can we walk across the street to my car?
Can you get my phone? Can you get my phone?
Where's your phone?
Him?
Please don't go inside, man. All right?
I won't.
I'm kind of figure out it's about a post or something, right?
Push me down the steps.
Give me a second. Just stay over here.
Right? But I have my phone.
Yeah. Can we walk across to make sure there's no cars?
What's that? Yeah.
I'll just make sure there's no cars. So what happened?
Okay. So, are you familiar with the resident?
Sir, stay in the front. Somebody in the gate? Oh, okay. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so what happened?
Oh, we're definitely taking a pause for a cause. One, I'm taking a pause for a cause, so I can't be striked for like copyright, because I'm doing commentary and all that stuff. Plus, this is also news reporting, but just to clarify. But most importantly, I'm taking a pause for a cause because I want to say a big thank you to Gold Girl for the $20 Venmo donation that says, hold on, I just had it up. Thanks, NJ Courts, for all you do. Thank you so much, Gold Girl, for all your support. I appreciate that, my friend. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gabbles if you got them. I can't smack my table because I got little Pinto here. And as a matter of fact, I shouldn't scream that loud because I'm sure he's like, what the fuck? But I'm going to give you an air slam, Gold Girl. You guys slam the shit out of your gabbles for me, please. Thank you, Gold Girl. This gabble slam or air gabble slam goes out to you. Bop, 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 boom. I appreciate it. Spam them gabbles in chat, please. My next little break when we stop is going to be, I'll show you guys Pinto, okay? That way, I forgot. I don't think they call it transparency, but there's the word that, there's a certain word that they say you have to follow when you're using these clips from other channels. No, I'm not going to smack Pinto. Don't worry. I stopped. I thought before I did. But I'm going to smack the hell out of my gavel here. There we go. Transformative. Thank you, Dawson. Damn it, it was going to drive me nuts. I think I was actually going to say transformative. No, I was going to say transparent, but I knew that was the wrong word. So thank you. It's transformative. I always want to say transparent, but it's transformative. So I'm just trying to be transformative here. All right, let's continue with the clip. Thank you for your patience. And Gold Girl, thank you again for all your support. I appreciate it. Hey, Merry Christmas to you, Duck Lips. All right, here we go.
Okay, so I'm just asking, this is important for you to realize.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with the resident?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I have no idea who that is.
So I'm not going to add extra to it. His name is Nick Fuentes, and he is a white supremacist, proudly, and he was on his very popular YouTube channel talking about how after Trump won, to women everywhere, basically, your body, my choice.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
so
I got kind of somebody that's kind of doing this.
So there are a lot of people who are doxing him because he basically threatened every woman and their daughters by saying, your body, my choice. I don't care how he votes. I mean... Well,
you can. I mean, it kind of bothered you, right?
It doesn't matter. I mean, I know a lot of Republicans, my favorite aunt is Republican. Yeah. But my point is, that is a threatening statement. And there are a lot of people who are upset about it.
Yeah.
I came by here because I live in Berwyn. I live on the south side. Okay. And I came to do a little video because my friends keep saying, you know, he lives near town. Yeah. So I went outside and did a little video. Ring in a friend. What's that?
In front of his house? Like, yeah. His house?
On the sidewalk. Yeah.
Okay. And what was the reason for that, for videotaping his house?
Because I wanted to show people that there was no, there were no, people are making claims that they're going to send deliveries to him of like dog poo and stuff. And I was showing there are no boxes of that there. Okay. And so a woman driving by said, ring his doorbell and say hello. So there are no signs on there saying anything about no solicitors. Okay. Okay. So I rang the doorbell, immediately opened the door, sprayed me with pepper spray, and pushed me down the steps.
He sprayed you with pepper spray?
Yes, he did.
And it got in your eyes?
Yes. On my face.
Okay. Before we go any further, I'm going to call an ambulance to make sure you're... No, but I want you to get checked out.
Whatever it is.
To the Berwyn.
God.
Can you roll an ambulance this way? She's stating that she got pepper spray in the face. I just want to make sure she's okay. Okay. So he opens the door.
He opened the door in the same movement. He sprayed me and pushed me down the steps.
And you
fell
onto
backwards. What? I fell onto the sidewalk and kind of rolled. He grabbed my phone and went back inside.
You grabbed the phone and went inside his house?
Yes. And we've been waiting for the police ever since. So.
Oh, okay. But you didn't call for the police, right? It was
a woman who was here called.
Okay. Do you have an ID, ma'am? Can I ask the reason why you would come here to begin with?
Well, I mean,
to me, I know about the social post now. I mean, she told me about it. The lady that shot. It doesn't seem like a good idea to come to somebody's house and just, based on I get the post might upset you, and it might be something that you don't agree with, but to go in somebody's house is kind of over the top.
I understand that. At the same time, if somebody comes to my door who's upset with me and I don't know anything about them being violent or anything like that, I don't open the door, pepper spray them, and push them down the steps.
What's your phone number?
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you like done in this situation?
I want to file some sort of complaint.
A complaint as in
assault?
Well, hold on.
Okay.
So you trying to get a report, or you trying to get them arrested?
I don't really care. What do you advise?
No, I can't advise you on that.
I don't
The only way.
All right, we're definitely taking a pause for a cause. One, to be transformative. And second, or most importantly, to say, Darlene Valenzuela, thank you so much for that $5 super sticker. Good to see you, my friend. Haven't seen you in a while, and I'm glad to see you. It says, get gup. I see it right there. I love it. Thank you, Darlene. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you have a good holidays. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gavels for me. I got to do an air gavel slam because I got my little buddy Pinto that I'll be introducing you guys here in a bit. But this air gavel slam goes out to you, my friend. Pop, 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 boom. And here we go. I'm going to do one here in the chat. I can spam this one for sure. And don't forget, don't be naughty this season, because if you're naughty, this is what you get. All right, I think that was transformative enough, but most importantly, Darlene Valenzuela, thank you so much for your continued support, my friend. All right, let's go. It's getting a little bit nitty and gritty now here. So as you can see, it appears that now the police is interviewing the lady, the alleged victim of this assault that Mr. Fuentes is being charged with, or battery, excuse me, misdemeanor charge of battery was what he was charged with. But here we go. Let's continue on.
If I had to still speak with him,
yeah.
I'm trying to get all your side, and then we'll make a decision after we speak to both parties.
Okay.
But if this might end up just being a report, but would you want to sign complaints? You have to actually go to court against them and sit in court against them.
I don't care. That's fine.
So do you want to sign complaints and get them arrested? That's what I'm asking.
Do I have to make the decision the second?
Well, if you're not sure right now, what we do is I would talk to him. I would make a report. You would get checked out by the ambulance.
Okay.
And then the detectives would have to get involved. Okay. And then you could choose to figure it out. Okay. Talk to whoever you need to talk to. I would recommend not talk to social media people because they're going to tell you completely different things.
No, it's okay.
But talk to whoever you need to talk to personally, like if you have a spouse or whatever, and then you can make a decision later.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do now? I would still make a report.
Yeah, I'll make a report.
Just a report?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Susie, just do me a favor.
Yeah,
regardless of what happens here today, I'm just gonna give you a report. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna get his side of the story.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a report, but please, just don't show up back at his house.
I'm.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe you choose to, if you want to pursue criminal charges at a later time. That's totally up to you, but I would suggest contact us and don't come here.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't want to engage with that syndrome. So thank you.
So again, you were videotaping his house. You went, rang the doorbell. As soon as you opened the door, he sprayed you with a
sprayed me, pushed me, took my phone,
went inside, and then came back out. When I came.
Shortly after you arrived.
With both hands? How do you push it with both hands?
I believe so, yeah.
It was kind of you were right in front of the door?
Yeah, I just rang the doorbell.
Yeah, so you were right by where the doorbell is in the door?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
I fell backwards.
To where?
In front of the ADT sign, sidewalk.
Okay, on the floor.
Yes.
And then you got back up.
Yeah.
And
he had taken my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, kind of got your story. Please, just do me a favor. Just stand over here. I'm going to get inside, and then I'll give you a report number as soon as the ambulance is going to pull up now.
Okay.
You can hear them. They're going to check your eyes. You can sign a medical refusal, and then you don't have to go with them, but I do want them to check your eyes out, okay? Give me a second. Okay, so I'm getting a couple things about. Can we do it here, man? I don't want to go all the way to the back.
She's gonna.
Well, I'm telling you, let's do it here.
Let's do it here.
Come on, man. I don't want to.
Why?
Huh? I don't want to argue with you.
I want to go in the backyard where she can't have a line of sight.
Well, she's not even
building this. But she could. So
Nick, I don't want. I'm trying
to just go to the backyard.
Nick,
Well, why
what
did you
is your
wanna
Nick?
go to that
Is your name Nick?
Yes.
Okay, Nick. I'm trying to get your side of the story, and by you acting like this is not helping, man. I got two sides, two stories, and I'm trying to just kind of find the middle ground.
Well, let me take your card, because I'm not doing an interview.
Huh?
What I'm going to tell you is this.
Well, I heard they're targeting your house.
Yes. I've been
About
harassed
social
for the past
media.
4 days.
Okay, and what is that about?
I posted a joke on the internet. I'm a live streamer.
You're like a YouTube channel or something?
Yeah.
You're saying you're a white supremacist?
I'm not a white supremacist. I'm actually Fuentes.
I know. I saw that. Okay, but I mean, you know, it's 2024, man. You make one bad joke, and this happens, especially right now after Trump won, man.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It's a very political thing to say.
we also live in a free country where you can speak without people showing up
Yeah.
and trying to hurt you.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's across the street. Yeah.
She's the one on her phone?
Yeah, she's the one on her phone.
What's the story?
Apparently, well, what I'm getting is this guy over here is made a bad joke online, and now people are targeting his house. This lady, as you know, she came over here, rang the doorbell. Apparently, he sprayed her with mace in the eyes and pushed her down the stairs. So she just wants to report. So, like, for now, I'm just gonna get his side of the story. I guess he fell into the concrete. I make sure she's okay, and then her eyes, apparently, she has pepper spray. Huh? No, that's what.
All right. We're going to take another quick pause for the cause to be transformative. On this one, hold on. I'm going to show you guys Pinto really quick. Don't worry, we're going to get back to it. I know it's getting good, but I also don't want to get a strike. So you guys ready to meet Pinto? Now, it's going to be a little bit hard to see him because obviously you guys are on my laptop and I can't zoom in and all that. But let's see. I'll try my best. Now, he is a regal jumping spider, so he's what's called a sling, which is the term in jumping spider world for a baby. So he's considered a baby spider, and he's still's got like about, 6 more molts to go, I think is what we were thinking, Dawson. And a molt, for those of you that don't know, and I think all spiders do this, maybe. No, I don't know if all of them, but these spiders do, is they will actually pretty much, they've got like an exoskeleton, and they pretty much, it's kind of hard to describe because you got to see it, but in as best as I could, oops, let me get this out of the way again. They pretty much grow out of their skeleton, their skin, and into another body of skin, if that makes sense, into another spider. So either way, like a crab, exactly, Soup Roofer. So when it happens, it almost looks like you got 2 spiders. That's because they came out of one spider and now they're in their other spider body. Okay, it sounds weird as fuck, but it's cool. So anyways, that's what spiders do. So this one, as a baby spider, is going to be doing that, probably 6 more times, I think. Dawson, you know more than I do. Dawson's the spider expert. But exoskeleton, there we go. It's really cool. I've never seen it in life. I've seen a video of it. Dawson's got a few of these as pets. So that's how she got me into the jumping spiders, and is the one that got me this as an early Christmas present. So thank you, Dawson, again. But they're really cool. They can come in all sorts of different colors, and they've got all sorts of different breeds and species. But this one is a regal jumping spider. I've named him Pinto. Oh, you might actually be lucky and see him because he's at that corner. Oh, that's this bottom right there. Let me get a little light. Yeah, there you go. You can see him. That's Pinto. Pinto, say hi to the chat. They're really smart. So these jumping spiders, people will actually train them to, stay on their hand. They've got little play sets that, you can get for these guys and girls, and put them in the play set and let them play and crawl over it. And it's an open play set, so, they can jump out of it if they wanted to, but it's pretty cool. I have not handled him, and I don't know if I am. I kind of want to at some point. And it's my understanding it's best to train him as a baby spider to be handled. So if I am going to handle him, now is the best time so that he gets used to it. But we're not there yet. I'm just trying to get him to be comfortable with his new home. I just got him a few days ago. They mailed him overnight shipping. And he gets fed little flies, little mini flies. So he's already been fed. He ate while he was in transport. So he's got a fat butt. So he doesn't need to eat for a while now. But every morning I spray water, and in the evening I spray water in his enclosure so that he's got water. He already drank some water this morning. But if you could see him closer, you'd see he's got what looks like fangs, but they're not fangs. They're called shells. And those are like metallic blue, metallic green color. And then he's got these little front kind of looking legs, which look like little feathers or almost like a little mustache. And, oh, there he goes. He's moving. He's moving. He sees you guys. Oh, see, he's moving. Those are his pedipalps. Pedipalps. There he goes. He's moving. He's dancing. But yeah, if you could see him up close, you'd see a lot of the details, which, like I said, I've got his Instagram photos up already. You could check them out there. But I'll post some on YouTube. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh, yeah, he's dancing. Get it, Pinto, get it, Pinto. All right, thank you, Pinto, for the show. Little intermission break. Let's continue on with our video. I think we have been transformative enough. I mean, hell, when you get a halftime show with a dancing, jumping spider. Pinto, you're the man, dude. We'll see you later. Pinto's the man, dude. All right, let's continue on.
She's claiming, so I'm gonna speak to the other party here and see what actually what happened. Yeah. Hey man, did you spray her with pepper spray?
I'm not doing an interview right now.
Huh?
All I'm going to say is I'm going to take your card, and my defense attorney didn't touch the deal. I'm not doing
This is a report. I'm not
going to talk. All I'm going to say is I'm a high-profile person. I want someone stationed here. 20 people came by last night. I had paid security. They documented all of it.
Where's security?
I called. They're coming tonight at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
I can't afford to have it 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I called earlier because somebody else was in front taking pictures of my house. Cops drove by, saw the car that I reported with the license plate, make and model, and they didn't even stop.
Okay.
And the lady stood there filming my house, pointing at my house, gesturing to it. This has been going on for the past 3 days. I've been calling the police. Clearly, no one's taking it seriously.
You're not hurt or anything, are you?
No, I'm okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you. Look, man, to be honest, I'm trying to talk to you, get your side of the story
I know.
for the whole thing. I'm not.
You're not here to help me. I know.
Well, I'm not here to help you.
No.
I just got here. How do you know if I'm here to help you?
I know my rights. I'm not trying to fight with you, but I'm also not going to be telling you. I want your card. My defense attorney will call you.
You mind if I just say something right quick?
Go ahead. Sure.
First of all, I might have to get your information.
Sure.
You have to provide that because there was a crime committed.
Yes.
All right. So second of all, from what I get, I don't care really. I don't care what you said online. I really don't care whether it was left leaning, right leaning, in the middle. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. To me, no. Now I would hate if I was living here, whether I made a bad joke intentionally, whether I meant it or not, and somebody would show up to my house. That's kind of like wrong, right? Can we agree on that? I'm actually agreeing with you that people shouldn't show up to your house, but now you don't want to cooperate with me. You don't want to ask them. Okay? Now I'm trying to get whether she actually did anything to prevent to provoke you to pepper spray her and push her down the stairs. Those are bad allegations. So I'm trying to get your side of the story. To me, if you don't tell me anything, I'm gonna say you're not cooperative, and they don't want to answer the question.
Here's my side story. I'm here for my life. People have been posting my address online. I have all screenshots, posting pictures showing how long it's going to take to get to my house, and I have people showing up all day, and that's my side of the story. So I'm
with her,
here for my life. I haven't slept for a few days. I've got nowhere to go. That's my side.
Okay, with her, did you push her on the stairs?
at 1446.
No comment on that.
No comment.
Did you pepper spray her or anything?
No comment. If you give me your card,
I don't have a card, but let me get your ID.
you don't have a card?
No, I don't have a card.
Do you have a card? No? You don't carry cards?
Carry card.
Interesting.
No. What's your phone number, man? Alright, man. I know you don't want to talk to me.
Yeah, it's no beef.
No,
It's not personal.
I don't take it personal either. But all I was trying to say is, I wasn't taking sides. I don't take her side. I don't take your side.
I know.
I'm pretty right down the middle. Okay, so right for now, with you not making any comments, I would have to take your side. Well, at least for now, I'm gonna go speak to her. So you don't want to talk to me about anything I have to do today.
No.
All right, just stay right here, please, with him. I'm gonna give me like 5 minutes and we'll be done. Just gonna talk to you.
It's not somebody you know, just a random person.
Random person. People come in here all weekend.
What did she say?
She's standing out there from my house saying, this is neo-Nazi Nick Fuentes, my address, my phone number. Some other lady pulls up also to harass me and says, oh, someone's already here. They're both here to harass me.
Well, here's what I'll recommend.
Mhm.
I don't know who's right or wrong here. I don't know what your post was. I heard about it. I don't know what it is. I don't follow that. I'm old. I'm not really on social media. But what I would do, unless there's literally imminent danger,
Mhm.
like where you're, struggling to save your life type of thing, call us.
All right. Well, I did.
I'm just saying, just don't know, because now we don't have a corroboration on your side. We seem to have a corroboration on that side, and that puts us in a dilemma. So I'm not saying you're wrong.
I just want to
Them
talk to an attorney
Them
before
being at your house
Yeah.
makes them look bad. However, there's two versions that side, one version that side. So what I'm saying is, instead of the interaction, just call, find out why they're here, so forth.
I'm just saying, I did call.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm not trying to argue, but maybe you don't know. But I called an hour ago.
I wasn't here. I just literally just started.
It's fine. But you're telling me to call. That's what I did.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
And they-
Our shift started like
Yeah.
25 minutes ago.
Thanks for telling
So-
me. I called. They came. They drove right by the car that I described.
Okay.
I said it's a Volkswagen white
And
crossover.
what was that call? I don't know what that was. What happened on
They
that
were
call?
doing the same shit.
A different person, a third person?
A third person.
Just whatever.
A third-
Case in your place, whatever.
Filming me, pointing at my house, yelling.
Okay.
And look,
I hear
I'm
you.
not trying to be argumentative, but I called and they drove right by the car that I
I
described.
can't answer for that. But,
And I'm not asking you to,
But what I
you
would
give me this
say,
advice. That's what I
but
did.
what I would say is continue to call. Hopefully, a better interaction will happen.
Okay, well, I've been calling for months now.
Okay.
It's been going on for a long time.
I would still do the same, because at some point, we'll get my eyes water because I was waiting. We'll get to the identities of these folks, and generally speaking, when people know they're known, they will more likely than not cut it out.
Well, now we know.
So, okay.
Now she knows
So
now.
I'm saying I don't know what created your situation, but I don't like people showing up at other people's houses causing problems. That's just not how you do it. You could argue, you could have arguments with you, you could disagree with you, showing up at your house with potentially very negative intentions. I don't agree with that.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I said, try to keep us, on your side, so to speak, because you're the resident. And, theoretically, we should, be on your side. I don't know what, the devil's in the details, so I don't know exactly what happened. But definitely, try to have us be your go-between. Don't open the door. Don't interact. Don't, because then we don't know. We don't know if you created
Right.
the act of furtherance might have been on you.
Right.
And we don't know that. So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
All right, well, look, man, I'm just gonna be a report. That's all she wanted.
Okay.
She didn't want to pursue criminal charges.
Got
I couldn't get your side of the story, so I had to go with hers. But for now, just a report.
Okay.
That's what we're going with.
Can I have any contact info? Can I get a number or something?
The report.
We'll give you the report
And
number.
my last name.
Okay.
And our names will be on the report. Like I said, we don't have cards. We don't. Some people in the
That's fine.
upper echelon do. We're just guys who pump a zone. We don't really get cards. But like I said, just if it's at all possible, if it's imminent danger, you do what you got to do. I mean, you got to take care of yourself. However, if someone's on the porch knocking, I would just straight call. I don't know who this person is. I'm worried for my safety. Fine, we'll come check it out. If they have a good answer why they're here, they do. If they don't, we'll come to beat feet. When people are identified, they generally cut it out.
Right.
More often than not. I mean, they hide in the anonymity. Once we know who they are, they're like, oh, they're going to come find me. So they generally cut it out. Okay. So like I said, I don't have every answer for you because the devil's in the details. I don't know. Try to use this as the go-between.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Point taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Good luck to you.
They're pointing out you don't have like any signs for like no soliciting, no trespassing, but I would actually, I mean, that would help, man. All right?
Yeah, absolutely. Put those trespass on your gates. If you have a second gate there, but it actually all matters.
It does. A lot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. All right.
All right. That's the end of that clip. And again, shout out to the Crime Peace channel. I'm going to share their link one more time here for putting out the body cam footage and making it available. That is the link to the clip if you want to check it out again, or if you want to check out this channel and give them a subscription. I highly encourage it, especially if you're into the crime news. Looks like they cover that type of information as far as their channel. So again, shout out to the, so I say it right, the Crime Peace channel. There you go. And that was their link that I just posted. So let's get this out of the way. Pretty interesting clip. I got a lot more information out of what I was able to read just on what social media had put out. And then I think, what did we have from, I think I had requested information for Nick Fuentes. Did we get his police report and that was really redacted? I'm trying to think. Or was that wasn't, I'm not too sure if when we went over his case last, if we had that police report or not, and it was really redacted. I don't think it was. It was somebody we had. Oh, no. I think that was with the Charles Marlowe case out of Virginia Beach. That police report was super redacted that I requested. I don't think I've requested anything out of the from the Nick Fuentes case, but I'll have to double check my emails. But either way, from what I was just being able to share with you guys, which was just what I was able to read off of social media and some of the other larger news channels that were covering this case, they didn't really get in depth as far as what happened in the incident. You know, they just kind of say, hey, you know, a lady, or, you know, what the charge was, and the fact that, you know, she was pepper sprayed and allegedly pushed off or assaulted, and then the phone being kept. But you see a little bit more as to kind of a little bit of the backstory as to what these people were doing there and what their intentions, which again, didn't seem like they were there to just say hi. It seemed like they had some bad intentions. But again, you know, it's how you handle that, especially being a public figure, like Nick Fuentes was explaining to the police. I'm a high profile person. Well, you should also know not to handle it like that, which it sounded like he already kind of had the idea of what he needed to do, because he was telling the police that he was hiring security or had hired security. Unfortunately, he just couldn't afford to have them 24/7. So he had them come at nighttime when I guess these people were coming or gathering at the most. And so, so it sounded like he knew the route that he needed to go with handling this, but just got to him that day, and we'll see how it's handled in the court of law. Roofer, thank you so much. Roofer with the $2 super chat that has a link. So let's share that link. Let's see where that goes. I think I have to do it through to here. Give me a second. All right, there we go. I just clicked on it. What do you? Oh, so here's the incident. So let me share this with you. So for some of you that didn't have a chance to see this clip, this is from the alleged victim of this incident. So let me show you this clip here, which we showed on the first time we were covering this. So thank you for sending this over, Roofer. Thank you for that $2 super chat. As a matter of fact, you guys know what to do in chat for me. Please spam them gavels. And I need to find my gavel. I cannot give you a gavel slam because I still have, there it is, little Pinto up here, but I will give you an air slam, Roofer. You guys, please help me out in chat. You guys spam those gavels, please. Roofer, this air gavel slam goes out to you, my friend. Pop, 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 boom. And let me spam those here in chat because I can do that. Pop, 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 pop. Boom. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's share this with you guys. Share this. Let me make sure you can see that up here. Add a stage. Let me get it on the big screen. Start it from the beginning. Again, we'll play this a few times. Actually, let me start with shout out to the Amy Adams channel for this clip. I'm about to share the link. So if you guys want to subscribe to the channel or check out the clip yourself, that is the direct link to the clip we are about to watch, which again was the clip, or excuse me, from this alleged victim's live stream that went up to Nick Fuentes' door. So you're going to see exactly how it went down. And thank you, Roofer, again for that super chat and for sharing the link. So here we go. We'll share it a few times because it's a quick clip. That way you can catch everything. And again, that's the link I just shared in chat if you want to check it out yourself.
Hi. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Get the fuck out of here.
So I guess that's her phone that he's kicked inside of his place. So, and according to the social media news sites, they had said, or, even had mentioned that he had pushed her. So, again, he's facing one misdemeanor charge of battery, whether they are charging that from considering the battery being the deployment of the mace or actually this alleged, so-called push that she's accusing him of doing. That way, like I said, I'm trying to get more information as it comes. But unfortunately, I know on this case, I don't think it wasn't available where you could look it up through an online case search. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure you can't. We were able to find some of his other cases, like some of his other federal cases, but that was through like a federal government website that did like a federal case search. It still would show state cases, but this case here, we were having to look directly from the county. And I think when I did do a search, they didn't have the online case search available. I will double check that so I can start getting you guys more case information. But as of right now, I've just had to refer to some of the other bigger websites, or news media outlets that are covering this case as well for some of the information. But again, we don't know where they're gathering that information from. And that's why I just like to always have public information that we can refer to either off the websites, case search websites that you guys seen us go through, or from like things like this, like body cam footage or live footage like this, because obviously that's what happened. So let's watch this a few more times.
Hi. Oh my God, what are you doing?
You see the deployment?
Get the fuck out of here.
So let's just kind of break this down. So let's start from the beginning.
Hi.
So looks like she just rang the doorbell or started to, and he opens the door, and it appears that he allegedly just deploys mace, right? Let's see. Then it looks like her phone falls to the ground. I can't tell if that's because it was dropped or if that's from her being allegedly pushed. like the news media outlets were reporting on. But
oh my God, what are you doing?
So let's slow that part down. Let's see if we can kind of see how, if we can see, if determine if there is a fall or if not, if we can't even see that. Because obviously, if this is going to be put into evidence and this goes to a jury trial, this is what the jury is going to be looking at, right? So if they can't see anything, if we can't see anything, then we should assume they can't. Hey, Vanessa Jean, thank you so much for becoming a member of the jury. Before we just start to do this breakdown, let me say a big thank you to you. Give me 1 second here. I just saw that scroll by. Vanessa Jean just became a new member of the jury. Vanessa Jean, this air gavel slam goes out to you. Welcome as a member of the jury. Pop, 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 boom. You guys know what to do in chat. Welcome Vanessa Jean with some gavel slams, please. Oops. I also threw in by accident a little Trolla with the cane mask, but I apologize. All right. Let me get that off of there so we can see a little bit better. Let me slow this down. I forgot on the settings I can slow the playback speed. Let's go to like 4.4x. Let's see what that does. Let's start from the beginning. There we go.
Hi. Oh,
Deployment.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's really hard to tell. I can't tell if that phone fell because she fell or just got dropped.
Fuck out of here.
Looks like he picks it up and then kind of keeps it in. But at no point there, while the phone was kind of being fumbled, did I see her like on the ground. Let's rewind that a bit and see her laying on the ground or anything like that. It's kind of hard to tell. But start there. Hold on. I see something. Let me start here. Okay, see this part right here? I don't know if you guys see my cursor, but I think that's her feet. So again, we can't see that on camera. I don't know if there's a Ring camera or if there was any other, witnesses that'll have camera footage from another angle. But it does appear that you do see kind of this lady's feet like she's laid down on her side. But I can't tell if that was from Nick Fuentes or just her tripping on her own self or something like that. Obviously, she looks like she was, pepper spray got deployed, which, she can't see from the pepper spray. She can obviously trip, So at this point, I would be safe to say it appears that she is on the ground, but how she got to the ground, I don't think this view from this camera angle or her own live stream or her phone would show that. But I'm going to pause it a little bit earlier to see if we can see her actual whole body. Yeah, you can. Watch, let me slow it down here. You can see like half of her body laying there. Watch. Oh, shit. I went a little bit past it. Let me try this again. Boom, right there. So you can see more of her body. But again, like I said, I can't tell how if she is on the ground, how she got to that position at that point. But let's continue with the slow-mo action. Yeah, you can see it right there more. Watch. Right there. So you can see she's clearly on the ground, but again, I can't tell how she got on the ground with this view. I think if we stopped it right there, there was another view of her. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's her right there on the ground. Oh, yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Rupert. It was very not convenient that there was another person that was supposedly driving by that wasn't involved, but still knew who he was and kind of knew what the other individual was going to do or what their intentions were. Obviously, I think those people, my opinion is that they probably did know each other or at least knew what the other individual was up to. Okay. I don't think this was just some random person, as you know, it was made to sound like originally until you watch the body cam footage, you know, that was just driving by and saw this and, oh shit, you know, I just saw some random dude and some random lady and this happened. Obviously, she starts her interview with the officer as in, this is the guy that made this comment on the internet and this is where he lives. So it's definitely fishy. Obviously, he may be able to bring into evidence the police reports and the call log. You know, and he states that he made calls the night before and he had made several calls prior to that incident happening. So that can come into play and be put, you know, in his defense as, you know, he made an attempt like they said he should and did what they asked, you know, even though, again, doesn't mean he should have opened his door and pepper sprayed, but it still can, if this goes to a jury, you know, I think if a lawyer presents it as in this guy was fearing for his life because, you know, the night before, you know, a group had gathered in front of his house, you know, to the point where he had to hire security. He had already made attempts to call the police. They had drove by and done nothing, that, you know, it led to, you know, his reaction and is why he reacted the way he did at his door. That would be a way I would go if I was a defense lawyer. And again, I'm not a lawyer, just letting that you guys know. But that is the end of that. Thank you, Roofer, for sharing that clip. That, again, appears that came from the alleged victim. So, and I just got a few messages, so I will reply to you guys when I'm done with the stream here. And again, if you've tried to message or email me, please give me about 24, 48 hours to get back to you, but I will get back to you. And if I haven't, email me again. I may have forgot because sometimes I will get like times where I get a bunch of stuff at one time and it'll get lost with some of the other stuff. So usually that doesn't happen, but it happens. So if I haven't gotten back to you, that's probably what happened. And you just got to remind me again. That's all. But if you've messaged or emailed me, just give me a day or two. Usually it doesn't even take that and I'll get right back to you. But if you have questions, comments, concerns, I'm not taking any complaints at the moment because it's Christmas time. Certainly reach out to me on Instagram or through the channel's email address. Now, there was a question, I think, by Gold Girl as far as what does little Pinto eat? All right. I mentioned little flies. And the question was, do they just sell these things at the pet store? Well, yes and no. So let me get this out of the way. You probably won't find the little flies at your Petco or PetSmart, although they do sell feeding type of things, insects. They have grasshoppers, for example, I think there, which are a little bit too big for Pinto here. But there are spiders, there's lizards and stuff that eat those type of insects. Or bugs. I don't know if I think they're still considered insects. They've got like feeder mice, you know, for snakes. Okay. So yes, PetSmart, Petco will have like feeder insects and mice and stuff of that sort. But as far as like the little specialty insects that you need for like these smaller type of spiders or jumping spiders, no. Now, if you have like these places that sell spiders, lizards, snakes, those type of pet stores, like a reptile or a specialty store, they will probably have the type of insects that I'm about to show you that are for feeding your jumping spider, okay? And more specifically, I have what's called a regal jumping spider, because there's different species or types of jumping spiders. So I am fortunate enough that there is a specialty store here in my locality that has these available. Now, these flies come in two different, well, they come in multiple sizes, but generally you can get them in what's like a big or medium size and then a small size, okay? And it just all depends on the size of your little dude, okay? Also, if you can't find these at a local store, no worries. You can buy them online. They will ship them to you live, okay? As a matter of fact, the first time I got some feeder flies, they came through the mail, okay? Same thing, just like Pinto. Pinto came through the mail. He was shipped overnight, 1 day shipping, but he came through the mail. All right, so, and yes, there are specific names for the flies. Thank you guys in chat for putting those names out there, but let me show you what I got here. So this is going to look a little funny to you because this is how these things live pretty much. They come in these little containers like this that can come in different sizes, but they'll always have the same stuff in it. This is some type of kind of like, I don't know, the easiest way to say is like a hay type of substance, you know, just some type of natural filling, you know, which creates a habitat for these flies to live in. At the bottom is what a lot of this is fly poop, but what you can't see very well because they're running low of it, which means they're going to die here soon, is their fly food, which, Dawson, if you don't mind telling everybody what that is again, because I forgot what it's called, but it's some type of like rye, I think you said is right. Some type of like rye or something like that is what they eat. But either way, what you do is you give this a little tappy tap, and you'll start seeing the little flies or whatever of them that are available or alive come up to the top. As their food starts running out, they die. So eventually there won't be any more flies alive. So these things, you know, they last a while, but not forever. But as you can see, and I'm not going to open this because once you do, these things just come flying out like crazy. You can see the flies walking or making their way up the side here, walking around. See those things moving around? And I would show you him eating one because it's pretty cool. That's why they're called jumping spiders. Most of the time, they're going to jump right on their prey. But he's already ate plenty, and you can overfeed your spider, and that's what you don't want to do. Which at the point he's at, he would definitely be overfed. But those are the little flies. Now, and I'm talking, these are small. It's kind of hard to tell with the camera, you know, but trust me, these things are like microscopic small. So that's one thing you can feed them. Check this out. Another thing that you can feed your, because there's all sorts of different little insects you can feed your jumping spider. But another thing they'll eat, and this is specific, is a mealworm. These I was lucky enough to find at my local Walmart. They sell them at the fishing. They sell them in the camping section because fishermen use them to go fishing. But these guys, now the thing with these guys is, and very important, is you got to cut their heads off because they can bite back, and you don't want them to kill your spider. But that right there, my friend, is a mealworm. And they come in this sawdust right there. And you put this in the refrigerator. That's what keeps these guys alive. But yeah, you can get these at your local Walmart if they have a camping section. But those are what I got right now for Pinto to eat. This is what, when he came into the delivery in his little thing that he came in enclosure, he had a bunch of these in there. So he had already ate a bunch of these bad boys. As a matter of fact, one of these fell in his little temporary enclosure I had him in before I moved him into the Beetlejuice enclosure. And he right away munched on that little one that fell in his other one. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but look how cool this enclosure is. And I got to be careful because obviously little, Pinto's in there. But this is a Beetlejuice themed enclosure. As a matter of fact, I had this in there, but I forgot to put it in there when I put him in there. He was in a temporary, in like a little snack container. He's got another enclosure coming, but I decided today, instead of waiting for his other enclosure, just to put him in this bigger one I already had. This is his Beetlejuice themed one, which I'm going to use for during Halloween time. But that's a 3D printed and hand painted little piece. Again, thank you, Dawson. Dawson's the one that got me all set up with all this stuff here. So big shout out to her. But check this out. That's it right there. Again, it doesn't do it justice on this camera, but you've got some skulls in there. It's got that little black thing in the corner. That's a witch's kettle pot. And that's also meant for them to make their little hammock in there, or to live in there. Most of them don't. See, he's on top of it right now. But he's got little gravestones to walk around on, little poison jars. It's got the vents. He's got a little platform at the top, 2 of them, one right there. And then he's got the platform where the skulls are at. That's the back of it. It's got a little fence for him to climb on. It's got little plants. See the little gravestones? A lot of this stuff, like the skulls and the gravestones, those are all 3D printed. The fence is 3D printed. I think the only thing in here not 3D printed is the plants. And then that's my own hygrometer. So that tells me the humidity level and the temperature. So he's got 32% humidity, and it's about 80% in his enclosure, which that's where you want to be at, is about 70 to 80 degrees inside. And then you want his humidity. That'll obviously be a lot higher because I have a little humidifier that this sits next to. Also in the morning and the evenings, I spray with some fine mist water in here, and that brings up the humidity. But generally, you want their humidity to be about 50 to 60 degrees. 50 to 60%, excuse me, not degrees. So you want the Fahrenheit temperature to be between 70 to 80% Fahrenheit with about 50 to 60% humidity, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's his little enclosure. So see, there he is right there on top of the witch's kettle. Kind of see his little outline. He was dancing for you guys earlier, but that is my little new guy, Pinto. And he's named Pinto like a pinto bean because his little butt looks like a pinto bean. It also looks like something else, but I'm not going to tell you guys. If you guys see his pictures and you see it, you'll know. It's kind of bad. Let's just say he looks like a hooded figure and not a good one. He's not a racist spider. But I think his butt also looks like a pinto bean, and that's why I named him Pinto. I'm trying to see if I can get a good right angle if I go down like this. I don't know if you guys can see him. I can't see where shit, but he's right here. Hold on. Let me see, because if I can see my finger, you should be able to see him. Let me see. He's right there, so... I don't know if you guys can see him. But that's Pinto. I'm going to bring him back to his other room so that way he's next to his humidifier. You can see his little butt now. I don't know if you guys saw it there, but... Oh, so Roofer, yeah, you can find them, absolutely. Jumping spiders. Now, see, these ones here, they're bred specifically to be like, to live in enclosures. They're not wild jumping spiders, but absolutely, you can find wild jumping spiders all the time, man. Oh, and this was part of that enclosure, too. It goes on top of it. But that's part of the Beetlejuice enclosure. This is cool. This thing's 3D printed. It's hard to, the camera doesn't do it justice, but it's got like a two-tone, I guess, type of, what they call it, filament is what they call the little plastic stringy stuff that prints this out. So I don't know if it's like a special two-tone or they print it differently, have to change it out. But either way, it turns from like purple to green. You see, as you turn it, purple to green. Then of course you got his sand. What is it called again? The serpent. The sand shark, or what is it? What's this guy again called again? But yeah, super cool spider setup. So thank you again, Dawson, for the present. I love it. Thank you for Pinto. He's an awesome addition to the family and just brought a lot of fucking joy to me. It's only been 2 days, man. I'm so happy. I still love you, Rio. I still love you, Dobby. Where did Dobby's all hating now? You know how like, oh, there he is. You know how like the new little baby gets jealous, or like, you know, the kid gets jealous, the single kid gets jealous when their new little baby brother or sister is born, you know? I think that's what's going on with Dobby. Sandworm. Thank you, Dawson. I didn't even get that close. So what did I say? I said shark, sand shark. No. And then I think I said, did I say an eel or something originally? Not even close. I think I said sand at one point, but thank you. Hey, you're welcome, Duck Lips. Hold the spider, you pussy. Hold on, Roofer. I'm getting there, dude. See, here's the thing. I'm not afraid of it. I'm just afraid of it jumping off my hand and it getting fucking crushed or lost here. I don't even want to tell you how much this spider cost, okay? This is a very fucking expensive little jumping spider. So, I'm afraid to get him lost. So here's the thing. I'm going to make him a little play set, and there we're going to get I'm going to train him like a little dog, okay? Dawson doesn't believe it can be done. Now, these guys are smart. They can be trained, but I mean, I'm going to have him like where I go, and this thing comes like running, you know what I mean? And tell it to sit, and it just chills, you know what I mean? I'm going to have it trained like that. So just watch. Remember like the cannabis plants? Remember like fixing the hole in the wall? You guys didn't believe in me. Just trust the process. Trust the process. No, I'm just kidding. I do want to hold them, and you'll see a lot of people do, as a matter of fact, no joke. They hold their jumping spiders and they, you know, stuff like that, but not yet. Just dreaming. All right, my homies. I think we've got everything covered that I wanted to cover. Got you guys an update at the beginning about Controlla's case, Ac7ionman's case, Nick Rekieta's case, MGL, Michelle Sabate kind of gave you an update. Learn more from you guys in chat, so I appreciate that. And I'm still going to be working on getting an update on the criminal side. I'm already lost on her divorce side. I try to follow that a bit, but that's already gotten a little bit on crazy. So I'm just sticking to the criminal cases for right now. But I promise next time I have an update on Michelle, I will have a good one. You know what I mean? Let's see. Got you an update on Lieutenant Dan. And we finished off with an update on Nick Fuentes, who, again, let me remind you, has a hearing today. Not sure if it's already been done or if it's in the progress as we speak. But he was scheduled for a December 19th hearing. And again, all stemming from this incident around November 10th and his arrest on November 27th. So, yeah, we've got everybody because there was 5 people on the tree, but I added 6, another one. So that's why I just want to remind myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there you go. I just forgot to add Nick Fuentes to the tree. Did you guys notice I had I cropped their little heads into little, like trying to make them into little ornaments. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I have this. Anyways, my friends, so let's talk about what we got going on. Well, if you guys refer to the court calendar, which I'm about to show you, you'll see that, let me kind of zoom this up here. we're on this week right here. As a matter of fact, we're right here at 19th. Okay. We just covered all these cases that went on earlier this week. And I think one of them from last week. Well, Lieutenant Dan's not on here, but we gave you an update on what he's got going on too. So anyways, you can see we don't really got much going on for the end of the week. And then we start next week as Christmas week. And it's pretty clear. Thank gosh. Now, again, this can all change the flip of a dime. All right. But fingers crossed, I hope we will have a quiet Christmas and we will resume that quietness going into the new year. Okay. If you're going to get in trouble, wait till 2025. All right. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay. But like last year, if you follow this channel from last year, we had, I believe it was Blogger, if I'm not mistaken. It was either Blogger, it was either on Thanksgiving or Christmas Eve, one of those two holidays that he ended up getting arrested on or starting a fire, getting in trouble. One of the many of the options. Okay, I just went over. But either way, like I said, point I'm trying to make is shit can happen. So where I'm going with that is, please, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please, I'd appreciate you getting subscribed up and make sure you got the notification set on all. Because even if you're subscribed, it will default it to personalized or custom notifications. So if you're not getting any, that's why. You want to make sure you change that to all notifications. That way you get all our breaking news notifications. You get anything that I post on the community tab, like e-calendar updates, because this calendar can get updated as things get changed or new things happen. So pretty much it looks like we're going to have a pretty quiet rest of the end of the month, which is great. So where I'm going with this is I hope you guys, if I don't see you again, which I'm still planning on doing a holiday party, something fun for the holiday, as well as obviously a end of year review / New Year's Eve party. So we still got some fun stuff lined up. But in regards to court case updates, really don't have much till next month. Next month's going to be pretty busy. And going into February should get a little even busier too. Because a lot of these cases that we're covering pretty much got either rescheduled for the beginning of next year, or if they didn't get rescheduled, their next hearing is starting the beginning of next year. So if I don't see you guys, if you don't catch me on the fun stuff, maybe you're just into the court stuff, I want to say have a wonderful, safe, and happy Christmas holiday. Have a wonderful, safe New Year's. If you don't celebrate neither, have a wonderful and safe religious holiday, depending on which religion you may celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate any type of religion or holidays, have a wonderful start to next year, because definitely you're going to be writing 2025 on some type of date. So you can't say you don't celebrate next year. So at least the bare minimum, have a wonderful freaking next year, my friends. But either way, have a good holiday season. Hopefully I'll see you for the fun stuff. Keep your notifications on. There may be some court updates coming up if shit happens. So I can't even say that there may not be, but hopefully there won't. Hopefully people stay quiet, safe, just no fires, no, I don't know. I can't even start to guess the madness that could happen, but it happens sometimes because people start the old drinking or the old, you know what I mean? What else did I want to talk about? I think that's it. I'm just going to put it at that. So as always, keep your head on a swivel. Check that 6 every once in a while. Most importantly, take some time this month and for the rest of the year to love somebody, even if it's yourself, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I love you guys. I hope to see you on our fun IRL streams. Got a couple of them lined up before we start the new year, starting our new year, going into our 3rd year of production on the NJ Courts TV channel. And I say we might even hopefully be starting next year, starting with 6K subscribers and hitting that 6K subscriber goal. I think we're at 5,000. Let me tell you exactly. Hold on. I think we're officially at, actually, no, here's official. 5,987 subs. So if we get 13 more subs, we hit the 6K sub goal. And I'm stoked if we do, man. I'll tell you something, dead honest. when I first started this channel, which started as a clip channel, which most of you know, all my OGs and the members of the jury know this for sure. I wasn't even, I remember when I hit my 100, I was stoked. I was like, yeah. You know, I never was even my intentions to grow like that. So I'll never forget when I hit 1K. And I mean, we've pretty much celebrated at every K after that. And it always blows my mind every time we reach another milestone. So if we hit this 6K before the end of the year, after the year, I don't care when we do, I'm happy. Thankful for all your guys' support. Thankful for all the OGs, all the members of the jury, all your continued support. Okay, from a lot of you, you're going on almost to a 2-year fucking badge, my friends. And I can't wait to be able to put that one out. So you're gonna be like a triple OG. See? But oh, sorry, Pinto. He's probably trying to take a nap. It's kind of that time of the day when everybody's napping in the animal kingdom. But some of you lazy motherfuckers. No, but like I said, I love you guys. Take care. Have a safe holiday. And hopefully I'll see you on the fun stuff. We got a few little live streams lined up before the end of the year. And hopefully I'll see you there. If you're a little bored, come join us. We have a lot of fun. If not, I'll see you next year, my friends. NJ Courts is officially here. I'm going to put earmuffs on Pinto's little vent holes so I don't want to make him deaf already. Is officially out. Rio, that was a half-assed one, man. I know you're taking a nap, but can you at least lift your head and give me like a woo? He's doing like a, can you hear him? He's doing a, hold on, let's try this again. Oh, I'll take it. All right, you guys, take care. Peace. Love y'all. We'll see you on the flip side or possibly maybe next year. Have a happy 2024 and a wonderful 2025. NJ Courts is out. Peace. Especially in the Middle East. They need it. Laters, guys.